UFC on Fox. 5 takeaways from Lawler vs. Dos Anjos. UFC on Fox. Lawler vs. Dos Anjos took place on Saturday, December 16. Here are the 5 biggest takeaways from the event. RDA deserves a title shot. Rafael Dos Anjos has a thing for delivering outstanding performances on Fox events in the month of December. 3 years ago, he ragdolled Nathan Diaz in Phoenix. 2 years ago, he successfully defended the lightweight title with a 66-second knockout win over Donald Cerrone, and Saturday, the Brazilian picked up his 3rd straight win at welterweight by putting a hellacious beating on former title holder Robbie Lawler to establish himself as the top contender in the 170-pound ranks heading into 2018. After a close first round, Dos Anjos opened up on the second, putting a 23-second wave of punishment on Lawler that would have felled most mortals. As the fight wore on, the punishment piled up as the investments Dos Anjos made in battering Lawler's legs and working the body started to pay dividends. While he couldn't put away Lawler, this ended up being a completely one-sided effort that shows the Brazilian is a very real threat in the 170-pound weight division and should be enough to earn him a shot at welterweight champion Tyron Woodley in the new year. His aggressive approach and ability to maintain a torrid pace for 25 men's shoes are what you need to draw a compelling fight out of Woodley, who has been involved in a couple stinkers this year. As a former champion, he's an established name, and this was a standout performance on a massive stage, a 3rd straight win since moving to the division and a 3rd top 10 victory for the former lightweight kingpin. If this performance wasn't enough to get you hyped to see RDA challenge the chosen one for the belt at some point next year, I don't know what to tell you. New blood taking over at featherweight. Max Holloway unseated Jose Aldo and stopped him again in the rematch. Last week, Brian Ortega choked out Cub Swanson. Saturday night, Josh Emmett starched Ricardo Lamas with a perfect left hook on the button. If it wasn't clear before, it's obvious now. The next generation of talent in the featherweight division has arrived, and they're clearing out veterans every chance they get. Emmett needed less than a round and 1 clean shot to separate Lamas from consciousness and displace him from the top 5 position he's held down for the last 4 years. It was easily the most impressive victory of his 5-fight UFC career and should earn him a matchup with another elite contender next time out. But the bigger picture is the bigger story here, as the new wave continues to crash down on the old guard, resulting in a ton of change at the top of the featherweight division. The Pons as a player at welterweight. Santiago Ponzinibbio pushed his winning streak to 6 with a performance that was equal parts gutsy and smart against Mike Perry. For 2 rounds and change, the Argentine welterweight stood with the heavy-handed cult favorite, trading bombs and looking worse for wear as a result, but after getting an edge midway through the 3rd, Gentboa wisely hit a couple takedowns to salt away the unanimous decision victory. Now tied with Kamaru Usman for the longest active winning streak in the division, Ponzinibbio closed out what has been the best campaign of his career with the kind of tough, hard-earned win he needed to truly establish himself as a contender heading into 2018. Ponzinibbio was smart to use his post-fight interview time to lobby for even bigger opportunities next year as well, asking to face the winner of Saturday's main event in an interim title bout while champion Tyron Woodley rehabs his jacked-up shoulder. That might not be in the cards, per se, but a top 5 opponent is a real possibility, and regardless of whom he faces next, Ponzinibbio has proven he's in the mix in one of the deepest, most competitive divisions in the sport.